My name is Debora Hutabalian.
My name is Yoyada Sato.
My name is Olivia Sitanaya.
My name is Genesya Susanto.
My name is Cintami Zahra.
My name is Florencia Sima Batara.
My name is Elsyahra Buamona.
My name is Fey Fey Olivia Sitanaya.
My name is Safira Ternate.
In this our presentation, we will explain two things. The first is clinical terminology, and the second is class protocol to help us understand communication about patient and doctor.
And now, let's begin with our first part, which is the medical terminologies.
Okay everyone, this time my friend and I will explain the terminologies that we found together as a group in the video. The first term is psychiatrist. Psychiatrist.
I know you've seen a couple of psychiatrists, and they said that you weren't. And from what I can see of you, I think that you are understandably low.
Are doctor who specialize in mental health. They can diagnose mental disorders like depression, and they can also give medicine to help the patient. Now, let's move on to the next term. And now I will give it to Olivia.
Thank you, Yoyada. Now we're going to talk about the second term we found, which is illness. Illness
The timeline of this long illness in your dialysis
means a disease or a medical condition that makes a person unwell. In the conversation, the patient has a long illness, which means a chronic disease. And now, I'll pass it to Chelsea.
Thank you, Olivia. And now I'm going to explain the next term, which is depression. Depression
this to be true, that you're not clinically depressed. You do seem to understand the
means feeling more slower than normal. It is connected with psychological depression, not just simple sadness. In the conversation, the doctor said the patient is not clinically depressed, only feeling low. Next, I'll give it to Cintami.
Thank you, Chelsea. Now I will explain the next terms, which is treatment.
That I could choose not to continue the treatment.
That's true.
Treatment means the management and care of patient. It includes action to fight against a disease or disorder. In this case, dialysis is part of the patient's treatment. Now I will pass it to Nadia.
Thank you, Cintami. Now I will explain the last term, dialysis. Dialysis.
You said you were thinking about stopping your dialysis.
That's right.
Is a medical process that separates waste, ions, and small molecules from the blood using a separable membrane. It is needed when the kidneys cannot work properly. Without dialysis, patients with kidney failure cannot survive. That is the last term we found. Thank you for listening. Next, we will hear an explanation of the class protocol.
Now I will explain about class protocol. The first letter is C. C for context. The context is a serious medical conversation between a patient and healthcare professional. The patient has a long illness and is on dialysis. The main issue is that the patient is thinking about stopping dialysis, which will lead to death. The doctor's role is to discuss the sensitive decision and check the patient's mental state. Now, let's continue with Gap.
Thank you, Faye. Now I will explain the next letter is L. L is for listening. In that video, the doctor used open-ended questions to invite the patient to talk freely and openly about her feelings and decision, providing space for the patient to fully express concern and expectation. The examples are: you said you were thinking about stopping your dialysis.
You said you were thinking about stopping your dialysis.
That's right.
Is that right? Or have you talked to your other doctors about this?
Have you talked to your other doctors about this?
Yes. I mean, I've seen so many.
Next, the doctor actively makes space for patient to speak without interruption, maintains eye contact, and shows verbal and non-verbal support. This helps the patient feel listened and comfortable sharing their feelings. The examples are, you can see you've been through a lot.
I can see you've been through a lot.
I really just don't see the point of it anymore.
Or, I appreciated that a lot because I get most people trying to talk to me out of it. Okay, next. Coupled with nodding, eye contact, and repeating keywords. This makes the patient feel heard and not judged. Next, the doctor tries to confirm that he has heard is correct and solidify his understand by repeating or summarizing the patient's sentence and inviting the patient to explain in more detail. This avoids misunderstanding and provides an opportunity for the patient to clarify her intention, and the example are, you have got a lot of time, you can make the decision.
I mean, you have got a lot of time to make this decision.
Or maybe I could take to your doctor and then you and I could talk again if that would be agreeable.
So maybe I could talk to them and then you and I could talk again if that would be agreeable.
Or let's make an appointment for the next week.
How about if we make an appointment for next week?
Sure.
This shows that the doctor respects the process, does not pressure the patient, and keep the conversation focused without distraction. Okay, we move to the next explanation, and I will give it to Kak Elsyahra.
Thank you, Gea. Next, I will explain about acknowledge. The professional acknowledge the patient's feelings. They confirm that the patient is not clinically depressed, only feeling low. They also recognize that the patient understands the consequences and can make decisions. This shows respect for the patient's feelings and conditions. Next, I'll give it to Safira.
Thank you, Kak Elsyahra, and I will explain the letter A. As for strategy, the strategy is to support the patient without pushing them. The professional suggests talking more about the patient's life goals and future plans. They also want to discuss with other doctors to see if treatment can be made easier. Another strategy is offering a second opinion and scheduling another meeting. Next, I'll give it to Debora.
Okay, thank you, Safira. At the end, the professional summarizes the main points. They say that the decision is irreversible, but the patient still has time to think. The professional does not try to change the patient's mind, but offers the content the conversation next week. This shows empathy and respect for the patient autonomy. And that is last part of the protocol.
That's all from us. I hope you guys enjoy and understanding what our explained in this video.
Thank you!